welcome my good people. Welcome to the CJ Moneyway Show. And I'm with your host, CJ Moneyway. Let's get it.
What's up, my good people? This your boy, CJ Moneyway. Welcome to the Moneyway Show. I'm your host, CJ Moneyway. On Monday is going to be Dr. King's birthday, so I want to dedicate something to Dr. King today. This is my first podcast coming back in my second season. I'm coming back with something different. I'm coming back with something new. Hope you tune in. Hope you enjoy the shows. I got a lot of interviews, got a lot of people coming on telling their stories, entrepreneurs, book writers, filmmakers, everything. You know, if you want to be a part of the Moneyway Show, hey, just hit me up on my Facebook page, hit me up on my website. Everything is under the description and my podcast description. So just hit me up. If you want a platform where you want to speak your mind, you want to have a voice and be heard, hey, the Moneyway Show is for you. But today it's about Dr. King. I just want you guys to hear what Dr. King had to say in his last speech.
All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper. If I lived in China or even Russia or any totalitarian country, maybe I could understand some of these illegal injunctions. Maybe I could understand the denial of certain basic First Amendment privileges because they haven't committed themselves to that over there. But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right. And so just as I say we aren't going to let any dogs or water hoses turn us around, we aren't going to let any injunction turn us around. Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now because I've been to the mountaintop. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He has allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over. And I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you. But I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
You know, to me, that was deep on so many levels, man. Him saying that he not fearing no man, that his eyes have seen the coming of the Lord. When you've had a mountaintop experience and you have seen the glory of God, man, you ain't fearing nothing, nobody. Because, as they say, can't no man hurt me. What God got for me is for me. I'm not fearing no man. That was the most powerful speech of a man going into his last days that I've ever heard. He saw what he saw. And when people can't see what you see, it's hard for people to understand what you saw. You know, I know Tupac, when he did I Ain't Mad at You and then did the video, and he was up there with all the singers and the celebrities and everything. You know, he saw something that everybody else didn't see. He saw his time coming. And so he transcended himself into that situation. But with Martin Luther King, man, it was something it's something more powerful in that. I think that in this hour, going into this 2024 year, where we have a presidential election coming up, where he said that America, I just want you to be true to what you said on paper. This is the land of the free, home of the brave. Y'all want me to sing the Star Spangled Banner, but are y'all honoring what you said? You want me to conform to what you want me to be, but we got homeless people on the streets. Like Tupac said, man, we got enough money for wars, but can't feed the poor. Something wrong with that. There's something wrong with this equation that's going on now. But with all that being said, we're living in a democracy where they're trying to take us back to the times that Martin Luther King was talking about. You get your Black Lives Matter and, people of that nature, and we go out there and protest about things that we feel is right. They want to throw you in jail. They want to beat you up. They want to kill you. That's not right. That's not what America's supposed to be. That's not what America's supposed to stand for, right? Wrong. If you go out there now and you're trying to do what's right, they're considering it wrong. We're living in a world, in a society today where what's right is wrong and what's wrong is right. And as we go to these polls in November of this year, man, y'all need to think about what he said in the beginning, that a lot of these other countries, he can accept that because they haven't conformed to our way of living, where we supposed to be free, where we supposed to be able to protest what's right, where we supposed to be able to walk down the streets and not worried about our young black boys or our young black women getting killed or getting raped or getting molested or being trafficked. We shouldn't have to worry about that. But this is a fact of life that we're in right now, and you do have to worry about it. But this is what I'm going to tell you, like he said. Other countries, they don't live like we live. They don't live like we live. But with the mindset that so many of you have right now, that's exactly where we're about to go. Because if y'all think that this man is really for you, the people, y'all got another thing coming. I'm not arguing with nobody about inflation. I ain't arguing with nobody about no gas, about no groceries, none of that. Because when you all see what will happen, I pray that it don't happen. I pray that God come in and he intervene with this thing. I really do. But all y'all that's sitting out there talking about, I want a stimulus check. He gave us money. He did. Y'all Negroes going to see that he do not care about you or me. He don't care about the people that's around him. So what makes you think that he cares about your type of economy? Here it is, people complaining all the time about the things that they have. See, the Bible says it's like this, that hell and destruction are never full. So the eyes of man are never satisfied. And that's where we at right now. The things that we have is not enough. We're not satisfied with what we have. Okay, gas $3.80. Okay, you got to go to work. You're going to pay for that gas, right? Okay, then. I mean, you got to feed your kids. You got to cook. You got to have groceries in the house. You're going to go to the grocery store regardless of how much the grocery costs, right? Okay, you're going to go shopping. Christmas, they say Christmas 2023, Black Friday was one of the most successful Black Fridays that they had in years. So people got money. People out there shopping. People out there going to the casinos. The casinos full every weekend. Trust me. I worked in them. I know. I ride past them on my way to work every weekend, every day. Casinos packed. So people got money. But we complain about this, that, and the third, but we're not cherishing what we have because our eyes are never satisfied. Always want more. Never being satisfied with what we got. Not being thankful for what we have. You have a job that you can support yourself to do all these things that you're doing, but you're still complaining about gas being $3.80. So what's going to happen is y'all going to let somebody get back in here and we're going to see the true side of a person that don't really care about you. We're going to start living, and we're going to be in times where these other countries are living at. We're going to have a dictator, somebody that's going to tell you what you're going to do, what you need to do. They're going to bring martial law into effect, and we're going to see a whole different world. But y'all cats only thinking about the money. Y'all not thinking long term. Y'all not thinking about your kids. You're only thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about how detrimental this situation is going to be, not just for our grandkids, for our grandkids. If we have a dictator in office for years and years to come and be like those in North Korea and Russia, where you got a president in office until they pass away or till they die, come on, man. Y'all thinking on the wrong level right now. And this is what King was talking about. He said these are things that they fought for. These are rights that they fought for. Y'all sitting around here talking about that you don't want to vote? That your vote don't matter? That Rosa Parks sat on the bus because she refused to give us seat up? Then this started a chain reaction, a domino effect, and y'all sitting up here acting like these things don't matter? Because y'all worried about $1 that you already making? Come on, man. Come on, y'all better open up y'all eyes to what's really going on. And then what really gets me is people that just listen to what other people say, not having a real concept of what's really going on. You just going by what other people said. Because if I ask you about this presidential candidate or this presidential candidate or this person or that person, have no clue of what somebody talking about. All y'all seeing is what somebody else saying. Have no clue of what's going on in the world. Don't know a darn thing about what's actually transpiring. Don't know a darn thing about what y'all are about to put us in because of ignorance. He say, my people don't like, he say, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge because they have rejected knowledge. I also will reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thou God. I will also forget thou children. That's where we at, man. We forgetting our own children because we got tunnel vision. We only seeing the good things for us. We only seeing what we can obtain. We only seeing what's good for us at the moment. Man, we are being destroyed because of lack of knowledge. Because it gets me when people always say, oh man, you can't believe what you read in the paper. You can't believe what you read here. You can't believe the media, this and that. Okay, but they the smartest people in the world, right? So here's my thing. If you so smart, where you getting your knowledge from? Where you getting your understanding from? So evidently you got to be getting it from somewhere else. You got to be getting it from somebody too. Whether it's another book that you read or whether it's somebody that you enjoy listening to, you just didn't come up with these thoughts or these ideas on your own. It's impossible. Everything that everybody got has come from somewhere else. So don't give me that you so smart that you don't need to read a book, that you don't need to look at the media to find out what's going on, because I don't know nobody that's on my side of town that's over there in Ukraine and that can come back and give me a description or let me know what's going on. Somebody tell me, do they know somebody that's over there that can give them a report firsthand? So don't tell me that the media don't play a part in life when they the ones over there risking their lives going to these war zone places to sit here and report things back to you. So wherever you getting your knowledge from, you got your knowledge from somebody else too. People kill me with that. Man, where you getting your knowledge from, D? Where you getting your understanding from, D? Where you getting the stuff that other people talking about? Where you getting your ideas from? It just didn't come from you. Don't sit here and tell me, oh, well, I thought. No, you did. You lying. No, you did. No, you didn't. You got it from somebody else. And so whether you want to believe certain things or not, don't mean that it's not true. Don't mean that it's not true. See, as the Bible say too, a lot of y'all think too highly of yourselves than you ought to. That's part of the problem too. You think you're bigger, you think you're better than you really are. You think you're bigger and better than somebody else, but you have no understanding. You lack knowledge. You lack understanding, bro. The Bible say that in all you'll get understanding, because that's the principal thing. A lot of us lack understanding. Understanding on a whole lot of fronts. I don't care how smart you may be, book-wise, school-wise, and this and that. A lot of us lack understanding about life. And whenever people want to follow somebody that's sitting around here that want to actually destroy our country because you want to believe, oh, I love my country. Show me one thing that they have done to show you that they love America. Tell me that. Somebody get back at me on my podcast. Somebody hit me up in my Twitter feed. Hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up wherever you want to hit me up at and tell me, what have they done to show you that they really care and love America? Come on now, you can't sit there and tell me that they love America and they don't want to fund the army. They don't want to fund our servicemen. They don't want to fund the people that's over there overseas that's fighting battles and that's protecting the home front, and they willing to cut off their paycheck. Do you know how disheartening that may be, that got to be when somebody over there fighting for this country and you're fighting against them, telling them that you ain't going to pay them because of certain laws or certain rules, that you're not going to pay the servicemen that's protecting our country now, that's protecting the country, that you don't want to pay them. And so now, therefore, their family's going to go starving. Their family's going to go without a home. But I'm supposed to be joyful, sitting up here on the front line, fighting for America. Like I said, but you want me to sing the Star Spangled Banner. Come on now, man. Something ain't making sense. Somebody help me make sense of this. And I ain't talking about no make America great people again either. No, I don't want to hear it. For real. I'm talking about somebody that's neutral, that's on the fence about some things. I don't want to hear from them because they already got their minds made up. I'm at the point now I feel as though people don't care about this country going straight to hell. Flat out. See, I'm not a politician. I'm not in Congress. I'm not in the Senate. So I don't have privileged information like they have. And I know for a fact that if I can sit here and detect some things that's going on, why we fighting over there in Ukraine, why we trying to protect certain borders or whatever, because they gonna shoot, because they will have open range to shoot nuclear bombs over here to the United States. I know if I can figure that out, if I can see this, I know darn well that these people that's getting this type of information know that just as much as I do. But yet and still, they're still going against the grain as if that don't matter. That don't matter. The country don't matter. So don't tell me that you love the country. Don't tell me that you love the American people when y'all aiming for the American people to perish. I know y'all ain't understanding this, but you will. I hope not. Like I said, I pray to God that it don't happen. I pray to God that people come to their senses or that God's hand will put his hand and turn this thing around, because the way that y'all sitting around here got us going right now, hey, it ain't going to work. And I hate to be Notre Dame or whatever and tell you, I told you so. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that person. I don't want them facts to come back. I really don't. But I'm telling you right now, that's exactly what's going to happen. If y'all don't sit up here and open up y'all eyes and start seeing what's really going on in the world, man. That's why we sitting up here letting these people get in Congress. That's why we sitting up here letting them get in the Senate. Because we have had our eyes closed for far too long. And so now that people get more in tune to what's going on in the world, get more in tune to politics and see how things going and this and that, now they calling us woke. Now they say, oh, they want to take away these woke laws and this and that. They want to take away equality out of the colleges and out of the workplace. Come on, man. If y'all don't wake up and see what's going on right now and see that if y'all let these people back in office, man, they going to strip us of everything that we have, period. People talking about, small businesses booming. I was reading a report the other day. I got something in the mail. It's saying that in 2024, you're going to get these new W-2 forms for your businesses, okay? And so last year, they gave out 14 million of these forms. This year, they're sending out 44 million. So don't sit here and tell me that things ain't booming or that things was booming under this administration and it's not booming under this administration. Like I said, y'all need to go find out what's really going on in the world, man, and quit listening to people that don't know no more than you know. That's the problem. We listening to folks that don't know no more than I know. I'm not listening to nobody that don't know what the hell they talking about. Straight up. But see, that's where we fall prey at. We listening to people that don't know nothing. And the reason that we listen to people that don't know nothing is because we don't know nothing either. And that's the problem. You need to know something. You need to, like Outkast back in the day. It ain't the same thing, but it's the same thing. They say, hey, you need to get up, get out, and get something. Don't spend all your days trying to get high. You need to get up, get out, and get something. You know what I'm saying? Because the days are passing you by, brothers. For real. I got another one that's going to be on another thing that one of our problems is, and I'm going to do a topic on that, me and some of the brothers. A lot of us brothers out of position, man, but that's a whole nother conversation. But like I say, man, y'all better wake up and smell the roses, man, smell the coffee, because this thing ain't sweet like y'all think it is. And the man didn't boom the economy like y'all trying to praise him and think that he did. That was an economy that was already on the rise. He just inherited. You see what happened when he left, because they didn't do nothing. And so, yeah, you always going to blame the next person. But so we seeing things on the outside, but we not seeing the interaction. We not seeing the inside. See, we on the outside looking in, man. You got to start looking on the inside out, man. We looking the wrong way. We looking the wrong way. You got to start seeing things for what it is and not for what people telling you that it is. For real. That $2,500, yeah, it was cool. Like Lil Durk say, you know, it came in the clutch. Okay, it did. But it ain't come in the clutch enough for me to sit here and wanna die and say, oh, you know what I'm saying? No. That ain't what it is. That ain't what it do. Because I guarantee you won't get another 25 if that's what you're thinking. Just like a lot of people hated Obama because Obama didn't give reparations. Come on, man. Come on now. We are our own worst enemies, man. We are our own worst people. Always trying to drag each other down. We like crabs in the barrel. You know, there's a story in the book, man. It talks about my man was out there fishing and he had fished all night and didn't catch no fish. So Jesus came, and when he came, he told him, he say, cast your net on the other side. And so his thought process was like, look, I ain't caught no fish all night, so why would I cast my net on the other side? You know, it's still the same lake. It's still the same ocean. I ain't gonna catch nothing over there neither. But he was obedient, and he cast his net to the other side. And they say that when he cast his net to the other side, that he was catching so many fish in his net that the boat started sinking. And so he had to call some of the people that was on the shore, other fishermen that was on the shore, to come and help him relieve some of these fish that he was catching because the boat was sinking. And so you say, well, what you mean by that? What I mean by that is, see, the problem with a lot of us is this. I would rather sink and die with everything that I got than to give it to somebody else and then to share. And that's part of our problem. Somebody make it, we don't want to pull back and bring somebody else up. I ain't saying everybody got a problem with that, but a good majority of us got a problem with that. If you make it, you're supposed to want to be able to bring somebody else along with you so that you can build a team. But it's too many I's. It's too many me's. Everybody want to be that person. Everybody want to be that dude. Everybody want to be that chick. Come on, man. And then we wonder why us as a people not growing. Then we wonder why us as a people don't have gas stations or don't have grocery stores. We got other people cooking our chicken now. You know, my man brought that to my attention the other day. We got other people cooking chicken there. We go buy chicken from them. Come on now. How none of us got no black franchises of chicken making? Come on now. I mean, the way that we see things is just backwards. The way we see each other is backwards. You know, when I see one of my brothers, I see one of my sisters, I see love. You know, I see love. I step in a job, I see somebody, I'm like, oh, you know, one of my people. And they look at me with disgust, like, hey, you know, it's us, man. It's us. It's us. But, hey, y'all need to go back and listen to this Dr. King, man. Dr. King, he was on something. He gave us a foresight on life. And so some of y'all need to get to that mountaintop, and whatever you need to do to get there, you need to do it. Whether you got to put down that phone, whether you got to put down that alcohol, whether you got to put down that weed, whether you got to, there's some things that we got to let go, because he said, I've seen the mountaintop. And so I don't fear no man, because I have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. And a lot of us not seeing that. A lot of us haven't even stepped on holy ground, let alone seen the glory of God. Hey, man, you got to take off your shoes and step on holy ground, man. We got to change things. We got to change our mindset on life, man. We got to change our mindset on some of the things that we doing in life. I know that's a hard ask to ask everybody to love their brothers and love their sisters, because we have been brainwashed for so long. We got that slave mentality. People, might not want to admit it, or might not just come out and flat out say that that's what it is, but that's what it is. That's what it is in the hindsight. Whenever you don't love your own kind, whenever you despise your own kind, hate your own kind for no reason, that's the same thing that the other people do. They hate you for no reason. They killing us out there in the street for no reason. Some things that they killing us out there in the street for, I'm watching YouTube and this and that. Man, you got people that's doing way worse than that, man, that's walking away with their life. So don't tell me that it's not a love-hate thing, because it is. And if you think that they love you, go ask Kanye. If you think that they love you, go ask Jordan in the 90s when he was sitting up there and they got him for gambling. They'll let you know who you are. But so many of us try to conform and try to be on their team. Go ask Uncle Scott. Yeah, they'll deal with you when you want to talk about your own people, and, you want to ride with them and love them and, saying this and that. But they'll let you know who you are. You think they was going to let him be president over them? You think they was going to allow him to be the president of the United States and rule over them? No, we already had Obama. They ain't going to be you, brother. They will put you in your place when you need to be in your place. So therefore, I don't try to get in that place. I stay in my own lane. And so that's what a lot of y'all need to do. You need to get in your own lane and quit trying to be in a lane that don't fit you. Quit trying to be in the fast lane when you should be over there in the slow lane. Some of you can go in the medium lane, but some of y'all need to be over there in the slow lane. But y'all driving in the fast lane, then you wonder why your life ain't going right, because you're moving too fast when you need to be moving slower. Hey, this your boy CJ Moneyway. Holla at me.